Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about that GIBBI Speak wasn't selected to participate on YC Fall 2025 batch. Well, today in the morning, the Y Combinator people inform me that my startup or business idea GIBBI Speak, an AI translation app, wasn't selected to participate. Wasn't selected for a interview phase, and this means that my GIBBI Speak wasn't selected to participate in the YC Fall 2025 batch. So, for that reason, I'm recording this video to talk about this idea, this startup, what I'm doing, the batches that I applied, and what's next. So basically, how I told you, I have been working in this idea since 6 months ago. There are since the beginning of the year in March 3 in March 25, in the beginning of the year, where you remember that in the since last December from to February of this year, I was working in another business idea or startup that I call it GIBBI Carsharing. That basically it was a customer to customer business where I wanted to connect people that have an extra car or have a car and they wanted to rent there to earn an extra money to people that needed to rent a car because they were in the city for business or pleasure. So basically, this was a better option than the traditional the rental car rental companies, and you can avoid all the big processes, the waste of time, and you can show this. You can select your car. In less than 5 minutes, and you don't need to to go to an office or a brand office, and you could get the car in any point of the city. Unfortunately, after working for around 3 months about this idea, I understood that in this moment I don't have the enough skill, neither the talent to develop this idea, and I decide to quit about this year or to put in standby. So for that reason, since this last March, I decided to work or to put work in another idea or startup that I have in mind. This idea, I call it, or this GIBBI Speak, that basically is an AI translate app where my goal is to try to eliminate the language barriers, and I want to translate conversation in real time between two people that don't speak the same languages. So basically, for example, I speak English and Spanish. My Spanish, I am a native Spanish because I live in Mexico, and my second language is English. So, for example, if I wanted to speak with a French person that doesn't speak neither the Spanish nor English, my idea was to open my app my app GIBBI Speak, where I'm gonna to put that I'm gonna to start to speak in Spanish, and the GIBBI Speak app is gonna to translate the conversation in French, and when other people start to speak in French, he's gonna to translate, or she's gonna to the GIBBI Speak app is gonna to translate the French to Spanish. So basically, this is the idea that I am working, to be honest, to be that I'm working in this moment. I am still working, develop the business plan and develop the beta app, and I have been working this since the last March. When in this moment I'm trying to validate, because there is a lot of competition, Google Translate, Duolingo, and this kind of translate app that are looking for to connect the people to translate the words of conversation. So basically, I have seen and that there are several companies, especially like the Google Translate and Duolingo, they are leading this field, and this is what I want to develop. That basically, my idea is that, for example, a little more, a little further is, for example, if I could create the GIBBI Speak, right? The company, and later I can create the GIBBI Speak app. Later I can create a device where it can translate automatically, and you don't need the cell phone, or maybe with the headphones or the new AI smart glasses, and you can translate the conversation. So basically, I want to do this because how you know, I battle a lot to try to understand the English, and I want to make that to eliminate any English barrier because it's very important. Also, my goal is to do this because, for example, I live in the north of Mexico, and here basically, you if you want to work in the industry or you want to make some businesses, you need to speak the English, that is the universal language. So it's very important, and I think that this is a very this idea has a very potential field. How I told you, because Google Translate and Duolingo have proved that, and where I can attack that, and I can have a lot of field, a lot of potential customer, and start to generate revenue. So still, I am working in this idea. I'm working in create my beta apps. How I told you, I don't code. I don't code. I don't know how to program. This is something that I wanted to develop in the university, but unfortunately, I never learned how to code, how to code, how to program, and for that reason, I have not been able to create my startup. So I keep working. I'm working in this idea startup for 6 months, and I'm gonna to continue working this idea until I decide to quit or I make it. So, hope you know, I decided to apply this last July 18. I think I remember to apply to this batch, the YC FAO 2025 batch, where it's going to take place from October to December in San Francisco, California. So, I applied July 18, but they never called me. And based on my experience, because I have applied 9 times, and the 9 times, unfortunately, I have not been selected. I understand that I wasn't selected, so I only was waiting the confirmation that they sell me today in the morning that my idea wasn't selected. So this is bad. I feel bad, but in the end, I continue working. How I told you, it will be great to be accepted in YC, because if I could be selected, I will be selected. This could increase my possibilities to create my startup, to make a reality, and to get the customers and start to generate revenue. But in the end, it's not everything to be selected in YC. Of course, it's very important, but how I told you, how I have been told you, the important here is to try to validate the idea, to get the customers and to start to generate revenue. So I'm gonna to continue working in this idea. I'm not gonna to lie, but and let's see what happens. So also I understand that it's very difficult to be selected in any YC program, because I think that regularly more than 1,000, 2,000 people or startups or ideas apply, and less than 1% are selected. So I think that around 100 to 200 startups are selected in each batch. So I'm going to continue working, and let's see what happens. So how I told you, this is the 9th straight time that I apply to a YC batch, and unfortunately, I have not been selected. How I told you, I understand that the YC is focusing now in AI and the big tech, and also they invest more in people that have experience in AI or in startups, or in the big stage in the stage, and also they have experience and they are American. So for that reason, it's very and young people. So for example, this is bad for me because I am now in my 20s. I don't have experience working in any startups, and I am not American. So I don't code. I don't program. I don't know how to program. So for that reason, this is very bad for me, and also this is one of the reasons why I have not been selected. So, how I told you, I have applied 9 times with 4 ideas, 3 times with 2 times with the GIBBI Speak, the AI translation app, 3 times with the GIBBI Carsharing, customer to customer car sharing app, where I want to connect people to rent a car, and 3 times with the GIBBI Media Company, where basically I want to create a media company based in this blog. Where, how you know, I have this blog where I write newsletters and business articles, and also record videos, podcasts where I talk about my favorite sports teams games, and also another important sport venues, and other stuff. And also I apply with the GIBBI SuperApp, where basically this is my biggest idea, where I want to integrate several apps that I have in mind to develop. For example, GIBBI Speak, GIBBI Carsharing, GIBBI Media, and others. Put all these ideas or this app in only one app. So, how I told you, I'm gonna to continue working and see what can I achieve. So, what's next? Will I apply to YC Winter 2026? The most probably is yes. Yes, because I don't have anything to lose. So you can see here that that if you apply multiple times, like me, doesn't count against you. So I'm going to continue. So how also another thing that say here is over 50% of the startups that they accept are repeat applicants. So the most probably I'm gonna to apply again because I have nothing to lose, and also this helps me to understand more about the YC processes, and also helps me to improve in my startup GIBBI Speak. So I'm going to continue working in GIBBI Speak, or see what another business idea comes to my mind. But remember that also that I am working in GIBBI Speak. I'm going to continue working in this blog, in this blog, the GIBBI in Substract, where, how I told you a few seconds ago, this is a blog where I write newsletter, business articles, and record videos about my favorite sport teams games, and another important sport venues, and other stuff. So, how I told you also, I have a YouTube channel and a Spotify channel where I upload the same videos that I upload here in the blog, and also I'm very active in X, where I posted everything about my blog, everything what I create in my blog, and I do another things. So let's see what happened, but I'm going to continue working, and let's see. So I hope you have listened or watched this video. And if you have any comment or suggestion, you can write me in any on my social media platform. So, if you have any more question, you can write me, or send me any invitation, or you decide. So, see you next video. GIBBI.